Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Rich Review. So, in latest the films that didn't get a wide release in theaters because no film can even open wide these days, didn't make much money because no film can, and has found its way onto the internet because that's what most films are doing these days, is a film called Relic. This is co-written and directed by Natalie Erica James, and this film will not be confused by the mid-1995 thriller set in a museum. And even after you've seen this film, there won't be a problem. And this made a whopping $192,000, like apparently in any theaters, considering that's all that's open right now. And if this weren't the pandemic, that'd just be a blip on the radar, and no one would be none the wiser. The distributor is IFC Midnight, which they also have another film out called The Wretched. I have not seen that one, nor do I want to. And this stars, Ellie Mortimer and Billy Heathcote as mother and daughter visiting Edna, obviously the grandmother of this family, who clearly is showing signs of dementia. Obviously, this house apparently is growing mold. And obviously, there are post-it notes all across the house. Some are fairly innocuous, some are really downright weird enough. And granted, basically, at times, Edna seems to have it together. Other times she clearly is losing it. Clearly times where it's like she doesn't even remember doing things previously. The Ellie Mortimer character is like, yeah, I had to send her to, and she ends up visiting an old folks home, which clearly in one scene she breaks down crying knowing she has to do this. In the beginning of the film, obviously Grandma is gone, missing for 3 days. No one knows where she went. Then obviously she reappears, and clearly the mother and daughter are like, where were you? Basically, Grandma's like, it's none of your business. Strange things start to begin to happen, and particularly one dream involving a cabin that I think the great-grandfather happened to live when he was showing signs of dementia and not separated himself from the family. I think horror films in the last 10 so years have separated between the art house and, the mainstream. Now, clearly, critics are falling themselves over to praise this film. I think it's like 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. I am not that person. Granted, here's the thing, I was a horror fan from in my mid-teens to my early 20s. Outside of that, I've always been a sci-fi buff. Granted, I'm going to give this film a compliment. It's atmospherically creepy. That I can give it. And this house, the mold, that is also very well indeed. And people have called this a slow burn. I'm all for slow burn films if they lead to something interesting. This film doesn't. When the last 30 or so minutes happen, I'm thinking to myself, okay, can we get on where this is going to be revealed? In the last 15 to 20 minutes of this film, I'm like, really? What exactly is happening? And then, basically, I had to look it up on Wikipedia. Sadly, that's why I did, because I was so terribly confused as to what actually was happening. And even then, I was like, really? You're going with that? The whole film, to me, felt like Natalie Erica James she had a co-screenwriter with this film. It was as if they did like a Mad Lib thing, and they scrunched their things together, and okay, we have a script now. I can't fault the actors. I really can't. Art house horror films, maybe they're just not my thing. Again, I wasn't the biggest fan of Hereditary. Girl and Hansel will be my worst film of the year. This, I'm just sort of like, I admire the setup. The grandma thinks someone's in the house, or is it all in her mind? When I was watching this film, to me it was like, okay, the screenwriter is making this up as it goes along, and depending on each scene, we're going to figure out what it actually is going through this woman's mind. I've seen Midnight is not A24. A24 really does the independent art house film well. So in the end, folks, what I'm going to say about Relic, basically enough, I'm going to give this a Netflix ranking because I know that there are people out there that will absolutely love this film. So folks, Relic, have you seen this? What do you think? Please put everything in the comment box below here, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, or interest yourself of knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.